Let's get it, Cowboys. All right, so recently, if you've been watching, it was all over ESPN, it was all over everywhere. Dak Prescott had a freak accident where he got tackled and the dude rolled over on his leg or whatever it may be, put his weight on his leg, and literally his foot was facing the wrong way. It was very, very close to Gordon Hayward, right? One would say. Very
Nah,
close to
that shit was bad. I watched that live. I'm like, ooh.
So, I mean, all right, so like the injury itself is a big deal. But what makes it an even more massive deal is the fact that he's been negotiated his contract for about 2 years now.
Yeah.
So that's why this injury, injuries do happen in football, not like this, but this injury right here is so like world shattering because everybody's trying to figure out what's going to happen and will this affect people signing that contract later. What's your thoughts on this whole situation going on?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Bobby.
Go ahead. Oh, all right. Okay, I'll take it for. I've been on the floor all day, but he's having. To me, I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. He's having a rough year.
What?
Rough 2 years.
What?
No, listen.
Okay.
You said you gave me the floor. You trying to tangle with me, boy? Huh? Nah, because last year he lost his mom. This year he lost his brother, and then he pretty much showed that he deserved to get, the money that he was asking for after they already gave the $500 million to my head
Pat, my homeboy.
Yeah, Pat, my homie. They gave that big deal to him. Obviously, once one person get a big deal, and the franchise cap space, you can ask for close to and or similar deal once you've been the best quarterback on that team for the past couple years, and showing results, and people are talking about you. You see what I'm saying? And the fact that they franchise tagged him, it's like, all right, we're kind of hoping you fail, and we don't have to pay you, and you're going to have to accept what we give you. And this injury just kind of capitalized on what the management team were looking to do. Now we don't got to pay you. You're hurt. We don't know if you're going to come back 100%. We don't know if you're going to come back the same Dak Prescott. We could run through practices, but we still don't know game speed, if it's going to change whom and how you act, and et cetera, et cetera. So now his contract that, as we see, he deserved it from comeback wins in the second half. Now it's like, we're going to give you that $25 million that we offered you, take it or leave it. You see what I'm saying? Because that injury really just put him back 25 steps after he was up 30. You see what I mean? So that's how I feel about it.
I think they're gonna pay Dak after this season. I think the whole franchise tag situation was just a way to help pay other players in the team. Like I know Jerry. One thing about Jerry Jones, when he gets a quarterback, like when he had Troy Aikman, he's going to make sure that they're taken care of. So would you not want him to pay the line so that Dak could possibly get hurt in the future? Is that something that you would want? Or would you want to take care of those people who aren't going to necessarily require a super expensive contract because the market for linemen isn't as growing as it is for quarterbacks? So I think what they were doing, because if you even look at the franchise tag is paying him like 37, like 30, 35 or 30 something plus mil this year just off of the 1 year on the franchise tag. So he's still getting paid. He's not getting the particular long-term contract yet, but he's getting paid. It's not like the franchise tag was for like 15 mil. That tag was for a pretty penny. So I think they're still going to pay him because I think Dallas and the NFL has a great program, like a great sort of system to help players who have these type of injuries come back. In the NFL, who can we really say that didn't really bounce back from a injury in their youth? We really can't say that there is a person that didn't recover or like continue to have injuries like that, unless it's like ACL injury. That's just something you can't really control. But like a broken bone, that's something that you can. That's enough. I think he'll be fine. I think they'll pay him. I think he's gonna come back better than ever next year because I don't see Andy Dalton as the future of the Cowboys franchise. He doesn't fit the picture for me. I think Dak will be the guy for them for the future years to come.
I mean, but you have to look at. I mean, the only one we know close is Hayward Bay, right? I understand it's a different sport, but you're still pivoting. You're still moving a lot as a
You said
quarterback.
Hayward Bay?
Sorry, my bad. Gordon Hayward, right? You still
Yeah.
moving. You still pivoting a lot, and he's still not the same person.
His shit is from landing though. The mechanics of what he's doing is jumping and landing, and the possibility of him landing in an awkward position is more likely than what Dak is going to be more accustomed to. The worst of it was probably what happened in the game and that was off of like a horse collar style tackle, which they've tried to like emphasize on penalizing because of those injuries that happened like that. T.O. got hurt back in the day because of a horse collar injury. It wasn't as bad as that, but I think it was also an ankle injury because when someone's dragging you down from the back of your collar, it'll cause your lower body to get caught up under yourself where your shit will get caught up in the grass like how Dak shit did. So I think with that was a great example with Gordon Hayward because he has been having a lot of like ankle injuries.
So here's the thing, like you have to think about the organization versus the player, right?
Yep.
So like the organization, are you going to wait? Well, yeah, we're betting on he's going to get better. Or versus when it's the NFL, like you got to win now because you know your line's getting older. You just paid Omari how many more years he got. You know what I'm saying?
That's somebody that they shouldn't pay because he ain't doing
about
shit.
That type of stuff. I mean, like, so you got to wonder, like, you're really you like to bet and gamble, nigga. That's really a big ass gamble going on somebody who just got hurt,
bro. And when it comes to quarterback, it's hard to find a good quarterbacks to keep for a long period of time. Even if you have to sit him they wouldn't need to send for a year because there's only a 6-month recovery time. Probably not even that because it's in the NFL. The nigga had his surgery the same day he broke his ankle. Like, come on. He's already probably about to be in rehab soon. So I don't even think it's gonna take a full 6 months for him to recover. I think he'll be able to start like resuming training in like April or something. Like I think it'll be that soon. They'll have all summer to see how he's functioning before they have to sign a contract. They don't have to sign a contract, or like if they choose to extend him or franchise tag him or whatever until like July or something. Maybe the franchise tag comes sooner, but they have to sign the contract with him by July the latest. They'll have enough time to evaluate him in that situation. They're not going to have a good enough pick to get any of these new quarterbacks coming out of the draft. They're not going to get no Trevor Lawrence or Justin Fields. I'm not even sure who else is really even out there in the college that will be something to think about drafting as a future quarterback. I think he'll be fine to start next year, and I think they are going to give him a good contract. Probably it won't. Let me see, because I'm not sure how much he wanted. He'll probably get a contract like around 38, 39, maybe 40 mil a year. He's not going to get that Pat Mahomes shit. The cap space or salary cap, I don't think is going up this year because of the hits from COVID. So we won't see any contracts like really exceeding that this year. So it's going to be a year where he's going to have to sign that contract for that 40,000 rather than the 45 or 50 that he was looking for. And that's just honest. But if you do throw into play the fact that he was leading in yards and shit, I'm not sure if he was with touchdown. You can throw that into account. But again, they weren't winning games. They only won like 1 or 2 games. So I'd still keep him as my franchise quarterback. I would have to pay him not exactly what he wants. We're gonna have to meet in the middle somewhere. Fuck that. Fuck that. You ain't Pat Mahomes. Once you get if he would have won the ring for him last year, then I'm throwing the bag at him. But you didn't even make it to the fucking playoffs last year as the quarterback. It was a lot of close games. As a star quarterback for one of the top franchises in the NFL, you have to win those games. People like to hate Tony Romo, but he would win those close games. So that's all I'm gonna leave with that.